50 normal, and then you go right to the middle of the pool.
So, nice reach forward. Rotation when you're turning to the left to breathe is pretty good. Rotation on the left side when you're extending there, also pretty good. There's always room for improvement with the extension. If you notice that there's kind of a space between your shoulder and your head when you're reaching forward, if you can close down that space, that means that you've really extended your arm as well as possible. Looks like you're extending a little better with that left arm actually. Body position is good, so you're riding high in the water. That means your hips are not sinking or your hips are not lower than your head, so that's a streamline issue. And you're doing a good job of pulling all the way through. So as far as the above water technique, doing a good job here. So looks like your left arm is, let's see right there, yeah, so your left arm's crossing over. You want to keep that in front of your shoulder off the side of your head. So that, what that would do would be A, make your stroke a little weaker at the beginning, and B, in open water you would wind up turning quite significantly, probably drifting towards the right because of that angle. Yeah, probably drifting to the right. So if you find yourself drifting right in an open water situation, that's one of the causes. So with the left arm there, you're initially getting the pretty good catch motion, if you recall the discussion of high elbow catch and all that. And then it looks like your elbow leads a stroke back from a certain point. At the end of the video, there's a freeze frame or still frame analysis where you get to see all this in slow motion. So I'll try and give you a better description there. And that right arm looks like it starts off a little more with a straight arm pull and then the elbow slips back. Ultimately with both of them, the elbow's leading the stroke back, which means that your hand and forearm haven't anchored in the water. And what you want to see is the hand and forearm go vertical and stay vertical through the stroke, because that provides the most surface area to leverage yourself forward. So imagine that you're grabbing the water wherever your hand reached to, and then you're pulling your body past that point. That's the sort of ultimate concept of powerful swimming, let's say. Alright, and then here, right arm extension, no problem. Left just going off little too far to the middle. Your line that you're pulling back on both arms is good, so that means you're pulling essentially straight back. That's the way you want to pull. Okay, so left arm reaches out pretty good, and then starting to get into a catch angle right there. So that's starting to get the catch, but then you notice that the elbow is still pulling back towards your body in front of your hand. You want your hand and forearm to go straight up and down, and your elbow does not lead that stroke back. So that's called, it's not terrible, but it's called the elbow slip. One arm drill, doggy paddle drill, catch up drill, really going to be the best drills for you. One arm is my favorite. It's, you know, you isolate the side and you just refine the technique. So right arm enters, extends, and then you have a bit of a pause as you turn to breathe. That's not bad. And so you're getting a glide here. Each of these frames is about 1/10 of a second. And that's a elapsed time between. Maybe a little more pausing than you want, because that's like 6/10, 7/10 of a second. Then you start the pull or the stroke, and your arm is sort of pulling straight down here. Now you're pulling back, but again the elbow is in front of the stroke. or in front of your forearm. So both arms not bad. Just keep working on getting the high elbow catch. It's going to be the strongest way to pull. As you change your stroke, it takes a little time, but hope that helps.